Once, as Jesus and his disciples were traveling through the region of Galilee, they came upon a small village. The village was nestled between two hills, and the people there were simple farmers and shepherds, living peacefully but always in fear of wild animals and bandits that roamed the area. As they entered the village, a young woman named Miriam approached Jesus. Her eyes were filled with worry, and her voice trembled as she spoke. "Master," she said, "our village is constantly under threat. At night we hear the howls of wolves and the shouts of robbers. We are afraid, and we do not know how to protect ourselves." Jesus looked at Miriam with compassion. He saw the fear in her heart and the burden she carried. He gently placed his hand on her shoulder and said, "Do not be afraid, Miriam. I am here, and I will protect you." That evening, as the sun set behind the hills, Jesus gathered the villagers together. They lit a large fire in the center of the village, and the light from the flames cast a warm glow on their anxious faces. Jesus stood before them and began to speak. "Fear not, for I am with you. Just as the shepherd protects his flock, so too will I protect you. Trust in the Lord, for his love is a shield around you." The villagers listened, their hearts beginning to calm. Jesus then led them in prayer, asking God to watch over them and keep them safe from harm. As the night deepened, the villagers returned to their homes feeling a renewed sense of peace. Jesus and his disciples stayed in the village, keeping watch over the people. Throughout the night, the disciples took turns standing guard while Jesus prayed quietly, asking for God's protection over the village. The night passed without incident. No wolves howled and no bandits came. The villagers slept soundly, knowing that Jesus was there with them. When morning came, they awoke to find Jesus and his disciples still with them, safe and unharmed. Miriam, filled with gratitude, approached Jesus once more. "Thank you, Master," she said. "You have brought us peace and safety." Jesus smiled and said, "It is not I, but the Father who protects you. Trust in him always, and you will never be alone." From that day on, the villagers of Galilee no longer lived in fear. They remembered Jesus' promise and felt his presence in their hearts, knowing that they were always under his protection. And wherever Jesus went, he continued to spread his message of love and protection, assuring all who would listen that they were never alone, for God was always with them.